Hello, everyone. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching Barry, Season 3, Episode 1, Forgiving Jeff. So, a little background. We both independently love Barry.
Mm-hmm.
And we just rewatched Seasons 1 and 2. You were there for most of it.
Yeah.
So, in preparation for Season 3, big fan of Bill Hader. I think
my God. Yeah.
That's universal. I was so sad when he left SNL, but he's done such a good run of things since he left that it's sort of okay. And like, I don't know how he has this in him.
I know. Oh my God.
Like, I'm so impressed because we were talking about it just before we hit record, and he apparently directed this episode as well, which he also previously directed at least the one called Ron and Lily from season 2. And I just like, who knew, you know?
I mean, it's not even Still Waters Run Deep. That's like a fucking quarry of talent.
Like, he's so good at the improv and the comedy and the sketch comedy and stuff. And I just like, I wouldn't have anticipated him having this much dramatic in him, but it's so impressive every time. And I think it's almost the most impressive it has been so far in this episode.
Yes, because he is unwell.
I love it.
Yeah. And the beard doing things for me.
That's the other thing, too. We both have big fat crushes on Bill Hader.
Oh, my God.
I like...
Make me laugh? Oh, stop it.
There, like, is a text exchange that I put on social media where I texted my husband and I said, oh no, Bill Hader got divorced. And I basically was like, it's my time to shine. And he was like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I'm going to try to go date him. What do you think I'm going to do?
Manifested, Kristen. I love it.
I will do it. Regardless, so this episode picks up actually quite a while after
like 6 months, I
the
think.
season 2 finale, whereas I think season 1 and 2 took up pretty much one after the other.
Yeah, I think so.
So he's having a hard time. He's basically picking up hits off Craigslist and like
Yikers.
What was it called? The website, the Hitman's like manifesto or something.
Or like I don't know. It was like a hitman's like message board.
Yeah, which I think was auto playing a really dumb like metal song.
Metallica.
Was it Metallica?
Yeah, it was Metallica.
I hate Metallica, so I don't recognize any of their music.
Yeah,
like on purpose.
The lead singer of Metallica, his voice is synonymous to Metallica as What's His Nuts from Guns N' Roses.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so like I can't not immediately know who it is.
Gotcha. Okay. So we basically pick up with him and he's in the middle of nowhere, just eating a donut while a guy screams in the background asking for forgiveness. And then this other man comes up and he's like, forget it. I want you to get your kit and like take his eyeballs off or his eyelids off. I want him to suffer. And then Barry's getting his kit and he gets over to the hole that they've made this man dig. And it turns out everything's fine. He doesn't care that he fucked his wife anymore. And so like,
he
it's all
asked for
forgiven.
forgiveness.
It's all forgiven. And instead Barry just shoots both of them. I mean,
if I were in Barry's shoes, I probably would do the same thing.
Like you said, he's unwell. He's like not having a good time. It's like he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't have anybody. Fuchs is gone, I think in Chechnya.
Mm-hmm.
He's with the Chechens over there. Noho Hank and Cristobal are hooking up.
I kind of love it.
Love it.
My God. Well, because when Fuchs kind of like made them make up, they were hugging, and like Cristobal like wrapped his leg around it, and they were like, okay, I remembered that part, but I just thought that they were being silly or something. But like, no, they have a house together. Yeah, it's so cute,
so cute. Noho Hank has like possibly the best robe ever. It's black and just covered in yellow octopuses.
That's why I went with this look today. This is very like this is my send up to Noho Hank.
This is mine. I almost thought you were doing Fuchs because that almost looks like a windbreaker, and he was wearing a windbreaker a lot. Early.
I don't have like the bowling cardigan style thing, so like we can make it work, but like just with the bright colors because the teal and the orange when he went to his first interrogation, you know.
Okay, the rest of this episode and all future episodes are going to consist only of discussion about Noho Hank and Anthony Kerrigan.
My absolute favorite human being that walks this planet.
I love him so much.
He is so great.
And I was telling you that he's in the third Bill and Ted movie, and he plays like a murderous vengeance cyborg kind of thing. He is, because it's similar to Noho Hank, but it's like a different flavor of it. It's like amazing.
I quote the babka all the time.
Two babkas?
But the people that I quoted to are like, what?
What?
And like, never mind.
It's so good. It's so funny. He's also, he's American.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's like putting on the whole thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, he's from Boston.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony Kerrigan. What's up?
Love it. So he basically, like we said, he gets interrogated. Seemingly everyone has decided and agreed to pin everything on Fuchs.
Yes, and I thought that was interesting because when the police place the debt is paid pin down in front of him, I mean, you see the work go across Hank's face.
Like, he knows that Barry did it.
Yeah.
It's the pin he gave to Barry. He knows, like...
Yeah, and it's just very much kind of like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And because it's the only reason, this is the only reason why they're being pulled in.
Right.
But I like the fact that he is pinning it on Fuchs, because fuck Fuchs.
Fuck Fuchs.
Love
for
you,
sure.
Stephen Root. You're doing a great job, but fuck you, Fuchs.
So I know I said that it would only be talking about Anthony Kerrigan, but we're going to also be talking a decent amount about Stephen Root. And if she continues to be in this, Elizabeth Perkins, who
I love her.
We'll get to all the Sally stuff. I have always been obsessed with Elizabeth Perkins since the first time I saw Big. Love her.
Oh.
We should watch Weeds.
Okay.
We should definitely watch Weeds because she is like in it. Okay. So I love that. And then we follow Noho Hank home, and he is living with Cristobal. Well, because when he opened the shower, I thought it was just like a Noho Hank thing where he's just like overly familiar.
I thought so as well.
So we open the shower and Cristobal is like, Jesus Christ. And I sort of just thought that was like, but then he starts getting naked and gets in there. And then we just like cut to them snuggling in bed. And I was like, when did this happen? I feel like we missed out on some time.
Yeah,
I
would have really liked to have seen a courtship between the two of them.
Agreed.
That would have been really cute.
Agreed. I think it's amazing.
Just giving them like passing bouquet of bullets to each other.
Yeah, incredible. And so the guy who plays Cristobal, his name is Michael Irby. They have a really fun chemistry together. Mm-hmm. It's really nice. I like it quite a lot. So Barry comes to their house and is basically like, I need work. I'm working for amateurs. I'm taking jobs off Craigslist. I don't know what else to do. And the thing I said earlier about Anthony Kerrigan having doing the same thing but different flavors, this scene with him and Bill Hader is like a different thing, way different thing. And I'm so impressed that he was so good at it, because he basically just is like, no, Barry, you fucked me. You killed everyone. In his conversation with Cristobal in bed, where Cristobal's like, he killed all my buddies.
And I can't sleep when we talk about him.
And Noho Hank is like, he killed a lot of my buddies too. And he goes, you still have some buddies, though. I have no buddies. And they just both keep going. It's so funny. So yeah, he basically is just like, no, Barry, I'm not working with you anymore. Get out of here. I don't want to see you. Absolutely not. You fucked us all.
Yeah, and Barry does kind of ask for forgiveness, and he's like, forgiveness is earned. So... Which is then kind of a through line for later with Cousineau.
So we'll get to Sally first, and then we'll do Cousineau. All right. So here's the thing. I think Sarah Goldberg is incredible at what she's doing. Mm-hmm. That being said, Sally is the living worst. If I ever met someone like Sally, I would punch her in the face. She's fucking awful.
So I've met.
I know
several.
Oh yeah.
So if you guys don't know, I am a full theater kid. I have been performing my entire life and was really trying to make a go at it. This is a long story. So this pings a lot of stuff for me, like being in acting class, doing the stupid mimicking thing that they were doing in the first season. And this person, so you in theater, and just acting period, you meet these people who take themselves way too fucking seriously. Yep. And she is just the worst TM. Ugh. What she does to Darcy Carden, oh my God. So we see Sally in a meeting with Elizabeth Perkins.
Okay, first of all, we all three groaned in unison when she like closes her notebook in her apartment with Barry and it says Joplin, because we all were like, oh no, is she doing a Janis Joplin thing?
Oh, I thought Janis Joplin biopic. Yeah. And I was like, and it said by Sally Reed. I'm like, fuck you, Sally. You don't have the chops.
So I think it must be, isn't
Joplin,
she like
Missouri
from, or Ohio or something?
I don't know.
I think it might be where she's like from.
One of those middle states.
Regardless, we all visibly recoiled.
Yeah. But so she's in the meeting and like she's showing, I guess she's like presenting a reel or whatever to Elizabeth Perkins, and the meeting is going weird, like going awful because producers and directors and whatever, the people in the system of Hollywood just suck.
But I love the way that Elizabeth Perkins is playing it too, where she's like almost, it's like she's on drugs.
Yes. I love it.
So funny.
It's great. But so Darcy Carden, obviously, she's like standing there, and so she inserts herself into the conversation because why not? You're in the room. Yeah. Might as well. Sally would do the exact same thing. And then when they leave, and Sally's like, you know, I wouldn't be empowering women if I didn't bring women with me. That being said, please don't speak when I'm in a meeting. And then she's like, oh, and by the way, actually just don't be in the room when I'm in a meeting. You should be making my snack. And can you cut up the carrots in the way that I like it? And just, so condescending, and I hate it.
Also, not necessarily in the scene because she didn't get like a ton to do. But that thing I said about Anthony Carrigan and Stephen Root and Elizabeth Perkins also applies to Darcy Carden.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who is so incredible. Like, there's that episode in season 1 where she's having the party for that guy who's doing like the voice of Pinocchio or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And Barry's Marine friends come, and she's just like got her glass, and she's just sort of like, Barry, get your friends out of here. And she's like, it's like sort of Janet, but like a different level of Janet. And I just like, but the devastation on her face when Sally is like, you're so good at cutting the carrots like that. And I'm just like,
and that's not how you bring women with you, Sally. No. It's just not how you do it.
No. Ugh. We also had Elsie Fisher in this episode. She's on Sally's show, which seems to be going okay, but I think it like hasn't been officially picked up yet or something.
Yeah, I think that's why they're shopping it to Elizabeth Perkins. Okay.
So that's all fun. We got the detective back again, Detective May Dunn. She's been there since
Janice was
murdered. Mm-hmm. She's pretty fun. That fucking one cop that's always doing the like
the press conferences.
Press conferences. He's there too.
Gary Krause.
Yeah, Chief Krause. Uh-huh. His name is the same,
just with an extra S. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, it's all super fun. And then I guess we get to the run around on the forgiveness thing because Cousineau texts Barry and is like, "Hey, I need help." Like, because he's shut down the theater, which makes me sad. I mean, it wasn't actually putting good out into the world, but it was like a place for these people to gather. And I feel like that means we're done with like all of the other theater people except for Darcy.
There has to be a way that we can still pull them in.
I would hope so.
So because
like I like Nick. I would like Nick to stick around.
And so I'm wondering if that's what Barry is thinking of, like his plan is to earn the forgiveness is making the theater happen again.
If he told him to get back in the trunk.
Wait, because he can't know where he is.
Okay. Regardless.
He can't know where the killing field is.
Sure, of course. So regardless, he says, I need help packing up the theater. Will you come help me? I'll pay. And he was just like, absolutely, for sure. And so he came, they're having a conversation, and Jean basically is like, I know what you did. I know everything. The guy who like was out there with me told me it was you. And he sort of is like, Barry almost, I think, is welcoming this sort of reckoning.
Really?
Almost. But then Jean's gun falls completely to pieces and he just goes, oh. So then we cut immediately to him out in a field, and already Barry has been like seeing people shot like straight through the head. Sally specifically, but I assume it's happening more consistently.
I'm really wondering if that's just like if the timeline of their relationship is coming to an end. Because that...
Oh, yeah, she's going to do something that...
Ugh.
He is so accepting of her in part because he doesn't know how to be a human person in a relationship. And so I don't think he realizes that she's mistreating him. Because at the beginning, she's like, oh my God, definitely come to set, but you can't stay for lunch and bring me flowers. And then if I ask you to stay for lunch, just know that you can't.
Yeah, and don't bring me yellow flowers.
Yeah, and it's just like...
Well, and two, I think a big part of their relationship was she was amping him up when he was trying to do the acting thing. And like she, when she would amp him up, it'd be like really, really, really good. Yeah. And so he's not doing anything to get that hit anymore.
Yeah.
So it'd be okay if she just kind of got wiped off the...
Well, I don't want her to die because she's such an interesting antagonist, like an antagonistic presence on the show. But it is like... It's so much. And then he's on the phone with a job and he says, hey, can I actually ask you something? Do the colors of flowers mean things? And the wife who wants her husband killed is like, I can't believe you would ask me that. Are you a psycho? And I was like, you're the one who
exactly. You're the
hired
one
a hitman.
Putting a hit on your husband.
Are you a psycho?
Ridiculous.
So anyway, yeah, he like has Gene out in the field and he's gonna shoot him, and Gene is obviously begging for his life, and he's like, no, I like whatever, it's all water in the bridge. I can forgive it. It's whatever. And as he's bleeding from the forehead, from like Barry's imagining him bleeding from a gunshot to the forehead, and he just is like, forgiveness is earned. And boy, howdy, Henry Winkler delivering that line. He
is so talented.
He just says, then fucking earn it. And then Barry just starts smiling and he goes, I know how to make it better. And he's like, get back in the trunk. And then we end. And next week, someone's buying lemonade. And that's all we saw. Thanks, HBO.
Yeah. That was a real kick in the teeth, HBO. Yeah. Appreciate that.
I guess there's not a ton more. Sally still has her agent, Lindsay. And fucking Gene, when he's staying with his son. And he's like leaving the house.
I think they're with him because all of Gene's posters are all over the house.
Then did his wife like kick him out? Are they just staying with him for like a while or something? He has a wife. The son has a wife.
I don't know.
Regardless.
There was a poster for Equus performed by Gene Cousineau as he was walking out the door.
I missed that. No, thank you. I don't know if I can't reach it. I saw it with Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, so regardless, he like leans down to the grandson and he's like, no matter what happens, everything's gonna be okay. And Leo clocks it, but he doesn't say anything. And I'd be like, hey, Dad, what's up? Where you going? What you doing? Mm-hmm. Super suspicious. But yeah, super good episode. I love this as like a premiere. Yeah, what was the name of the cereal that Fuchs was eating in Chechnya?
Was it Crunchy Flakes?
Crunchy Flakes.
I want it with the raccoon on it.
It's super cute.
I want it so much. Oh yeah, Fuchs is. Yeah, we already talked about that.
He's in Chechnya, waiting till it dies down. Which, if everyone's pinning everything on him, I don't think it's gonna die down.
No.
So we'll just have to see. But yeah, I'm excited to move forward with the season. It's exciting. So we'll be here if you guys are like super, super interested in us doing seasons 1 and 2. We will definitely take it under advisement. But we did just rewatch them.
And I mean, it would just be a lot of, oh my God, I love this. Yeah. Will Hader is so hot. I love Anthony Carrigan. I mean, so there you go.
And that's already what we're going to be doing this whole season.
That's the TLDR for you.
Yeah. But yeah, we will be back next week. Bye.